Wait, have you ever stopped to think about how much your pet really knows you? Because what happened to this family will make you rethink everything about the connection between animals and humans. And before I tell you this incredible story, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because you do not want to miss the next stories that will leave you speechless. The strange behavior that changed everything. Let me tell you something. When little Emma was born, her parents, Sarah and Michael, were over the moon. Life seemed perfect. They had a golden retriever named Duke for 5 years, and everyone said he would be the baby's best friend. But then, something completely unexpected started happening. Duke, who had always been the sweetest and most loving dog in the world, started acting strange. Really strange. He simply wouldn't let anyone near Emma's crib. Not even the parents themselves could get close without Duke positioning himself between them and the crib, barking softly but with that serious look dogs have when they're truly alert. And look, if you have a pet, hit that like button if you've ever seen your animal act protectively like this. At first, Sarah and Michael thought it was cute. Look, he's protecting his little sister, they'd say. But as the days went by, the situation became more intense. Duke simply wouldn't leave the crib's side. He slept next to it, woke up in the middle of the night sniffing the air, and always when someone approached, he'd go into alert mode. When the worry began, here's where the story gets interesting and a little concerning too. 1 week passed, then 2. Duke was becoming increasingly fixated on the crib. He barely ate, barely played. All his attention was focused on that corner of the room. Sarah started getting really worried. Was Duke jealous? Could he hurt the baby? They took Duke to the vet, did every possible test. The vet said Duke was perfectly healthy but suggested it might be anxiety or jealousy of the family's new addition. He recommended some adaptation exercises and said to be patient. But here comes the detail that changes everything. Duke wasn't being aggressive. He didn't growl at the baby even once. Actually, it was the opposite. He was extremely gentle with Emma, but absolutely inflexible with anyone who tried to pick her up or get too close. It was as if he was protecting her from something. The night that revealed the truth. 3 weeks after Emma's birth on a Tuesday night, something happened that Sarah and Michael will never forget. It was around 2 a.m. The house was silent. Suddenly, Duke started barking desperately. It wasn't an ordinary bark, it was a panicked bark, urgent, insistent. Sarah and Michael ran to the baby's room with their hearts racing. When they entered the room, they found Duke with his front paws resting on the crib, barking non-stop at Emma. The baby was purple. She wasn't breathing properly. Guys, I froze when I discovered this part of the story. Comment below if you've ever had a scare like this with your pet. Michael picked up Emma immediately and started stimulating her while Sarah called emergency services. Within minutes, the baby was breathing normally again, but they rushed to the hospital anyway. The doctors examined Emma and discovered something shocking. The diagnosis nobody expected. Emma had a rare condition called infant sleep apnea. Basically, she would stop breathing during sleep for several seconds, something that can be extremely dangerous for newborns. The doctors explained that many cases like this go unnoticed and unfortunately can have tragic consequences. But here's the part that will give you chills. Duke knew. From day one, he knew something was wrong with Emma. That strange behavior, that constant vigilance, that obsessive protection. It wasn't jealousy. It was a dog doing what dogs do best, protecting his family with an intuition that science is still trying to fully understand. If you're watching and haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now. Because these stories that show the power of the connection between humans and animals need to be shared. The doctors installed an apnea monitor in Emma's room. But guess who continued being the most efficient alarm? That's right, Duke. Every time the monitor beeped, Duke was already barking beforehand.
He could detect changes in Emma's breathing even before the machine could. The science behind the instinct. Now, let me explain something fascinating that experts say about this. Dogs have a sense of smell up to 100,000 times more acute than ours. They can detect chemical changes in our bodies that we don't even imagine exist. When Emma stopped breathing, her body released different chemical substances, and Duke could detect that. Isn't that incredible? There are even dogs specifically trained to detect epileptic seizures, blood sugar drops in diabetics, and even some types of cancer. But Duke had no special training. He simply loved his family enough to pay attention. And you, have you noticed your pet detecting something before you did? Tell us in the comments. I really want to know. How life changed afterwards. Today, Emma is 3 years old and perfectly healthy. She outgrew the sleep apnea, as most children do. And Duke? Well, Duke continues being her best friend and protector. Sarah says that Emma took her first steps holding on to Duke. Her first word, believe it or not, was Duke, or at least something that sounded like Duke. They're inseparable. Sarah's family even created a social media page to share their story and raise awareness among other families about infant sleep apnea. Thousands of parents started paying more attention to their babies because of this story, and many shared their own experiences with pets that save lives. What we can learn from this. Look, this story made me reflect on several things, and I want to share them with you. First, never underestimate your animal. That strange behavior might be trying to tell you something important. If your pet suddenly changes behavior drastically, investigate. Take them to the vet, yes, but also observe what might be causing that change. Second, the connection between humans and animals goes far beyond what we can rationally comprehend. There are thousands of documented stories of pets saving lives, alerting to dangers, detecting diseases. This isn't coincidence or exaggeration, it's real. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos with incredible stories like this. Third, trust your instinct and your pet's instinct. Sarah had that feeling that something was different, but initially ignored it because dogs get jealous of babies. It's normal. But it wasn't normal, and Duke was trying to say that all along. And look, Duke and Emma's story isn't unique. There's a dog named Amber who detected breast cancer in her owner 4 months before doctors did. She wouldn't stop nudging a specific spot on her owner's chest with her nose. When they finally did a biopsy, they discovered a tumor in early stage. There's also Milo's story, a cat who woke up their entire family during a gas leak that could have caused an explosion. And Mandy's story, a German shepherd who detected epileptic seizures in the family's son up to 30 minutes before they happened. If you know any story like this, you need to tell us in the comments. Seriously, these stories deserve to be known. The final message. You know what impresses me most about this whole story? Duke didn't ask for anything in return. He didn't expect recognition, medals, or rewards. He simply did what his heart told him to. Protect that little life he loved. This reminds me why pets are so special. They love us unconditionally, protect us without thinking twice, and often understand our needs better than we understand ourselves. So if you have a pet at home right now, stop for a second and go give them some love. Seriously, go ahead, because that little creature loves you in a way we'll never be able to fully reciprocate, but we can try. Before you go, answer me something in the comments. Do you believe animals have a sixth sense to detect dangers? Has your pet ever alerted you to something? I really want to know your opinion and your story. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with that person who loves pets as much as you do. Because stories like this need to be told, retold, and celebrated. See you in the next video with more incredible stories that will make you believe even more in the power of love between humans and animals. Until then, take good care of your pet and let them take care of you.